You need to see this.
What you got? Where's my phone?
So I will meet the florist here the morning of the wedding to help set everything up.
But won't you be busy with your maid of honor duties? Because I'm happy to come here and meet with the florist.
Decorating is Sally's secret passion, Mother. I asked her to supervise that part.
Oh.
My plan is to take apart some of the flowers and put small bouquets at the end of each pew, sort of framing the aisle.
Or you could ask the florist to create a floral arch at the bride's entrance and then put bows at the end of each pew.
How would you like it to look, Ro?
I'm not sure.
Try to imagine the moment you start walking down the aisle. And tell me what you see.
I see you looking very handsome in your tuxedo waiting for me.
Oh, I'll be there. But where do you see the flowers?
Can you believe the wedding's only 4 days away now?
Oh, it's my office. I'll be right back.
Okay, I think I'm gonna go with your idea for the flowers.
I promise you I will make it beautiful.
There's a problem at the warehouse on Ninth Street. My client bought it, and he's been doing a lot of renovations inside, so I have to go find out what's going on.
We still have more wedding details to discuss.
Oh, well, then ride with me. We can talk in the car, and I'll just drop you off at home later.
That'll work, if you don't mind, Nick.
Not at all.
And I will be home in time for us to meet my dad when he arrives at the house.
Wait, Charles is coming today?
I didn't tell you? Bernard, Dennis, and Ted are picking him up at the airport in Seattle.
Oh, Charles will love that.
Do you think Aida's nervous about seeing her ex-husband after all this time?
I don't know if she is, but I'm nervous about meeting him. And the way Ro talks about him with a touch of awe.
Charles Teagarden can be imposing, but he's a good man. And I'm sure he'll think you're perfect for Ro, just like the rest of us do.
Thanks, Sally.
What is going on here?
Oh, it's Arthur. Arthur! Wait, Arthur!
Arthur!
Ro, Aida, this is not really a good
Oh,
time.
my client has invested a lot of money in this place.
What, Bernard Poole is your client? I've been trying to reach him.
No, Bernard Poole is the previous owner. I talked Bernard into selling it to my client. Let me find his phone number for you.
So what happened?
Somebody was breaking up concrete and they found human bones. They must have been buried there for quite a few years.
Oh, how awful. Any idea who it is?
No, we haven't found any identifying items with the remains yet. But before you ask, we have no idea at this point if it's an unexpected grave or the victim of an accident
Murder? Well, it sounds dreadful either way. If it's all right with you, Arthur, I would like to call my client and tell him about
Yeah,
it.
have him call me, will you? We need his permission to excavate further down.
Of course.
Thanks, Aida.
And I thought we'd get to be in happy wedding land all day.
Mother! Mother, do you see that woman talking to Arthur? I recognize her from the cover of a forensics magazine last month. She runs a lab in Seattle that does genetic phenotyping.
What in the world are you talking about?
Well, they have software that takes a DNA sample and makes an educated guess of what a person looks like, or looked like. It actually spits out a drawing.
Sounds perfectly macabre.
Doesn't it? Oh, I'm so excited. The two most important men in my life are finally gonna meet. Oh, they're here. Hey, Dennis! Great to see you.
Good to see you. Your dad will be in a minute.
Oh. Meet my fiance, Nick Miller.
So, you're the lucky guy, huh?
Yep.
This is Dennis Schenkel. Oh, you know his construction company. He did the renovation at the library for the reading room.
Ah, yes. It's good to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Dennis and my dad were roommates in college.
Oh, really? Well, then you must have some good stories to share.
Oh, I do indeed.
She doesn't remember me. Guess I was pretty much a kid back then. But I remember you, Ro. You came into the den once, saw my poker hand, told me I might as well fold.
Ted Cranford. Oh, I didn't even recognize you without the goatee.
I worked with Charles at Dilger Investment. He was a mentor to me.
Well, then he must have been really happy to see you.
Yeah, and I am ready to see him. Why are my dad and Bernard still outside?
Bernard's stuck on the phone, and your dad's helping.
Seems there was some excitement at a property he recently sold. Human bones found under the concrete.
We heard about that.
Yeah, I was there today. Maybe we should ask Bernard what he felt might have happened.
There she is.
You're finally here.
Oh, I wouldn't miss your big day for the world.
Dad, meet Nick, my wonderful groom.
I've really been looking forward to meeting you, sir.
I hope my daughter has warned you that I won't be easy to win over. I intend to take the measure of the man before I get my blessing.
Right. Yeah, of course.
Oh, he's teasing you.
My daughter knows my confidence in her. She's the best judge of character I have ever known.
I feel the same way.
Oh, Bernard.
Hi.
Meet Nick.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
I'm so sorry, Ro, but we really have to be off. I've got some urgent business to attend to.
Yes, I heard. I was hoping I could ask.
Apologies. It's nice to see you.
Oh,
Nice to meet you.
you too.
Yeah.
Nice
Okay. Bye, you too.
Just give me a minute to grab my bag and say goodbye to the fellas, and then I will insist on taking you two to dinner.
It's gonna be so nice to see my parents together again. I was never totally sure what happened between them. I'd gone off for my last year at college, came home for Thanksgiving, and my dad was gone.
Well, sometimes there are mysteries about our parents that we never really solve.
Okay, I told the sitter I'll be home in time to tuck the kids in. You rest up. Yeah. Okay, love you.
She feeling any better?
Still down for the count with strep throat.
Give her my best, will you?
I will. Thanks. So, what do you got for me?
The lab sent over the report on the concrete. It was part of the original pour.
Right, which according to the construction permits was when again?
24 years ago.
All right, well, I spoke to the coroner a while ago. He says the bones belong to a male between 30 and 40 years old. Skull appears to have been bludgeoned. Apparent homicide.
I'll start pulling all the missing person reports for a male in that age range.
Good, because Dr. Coombs tells me her DNA sample's been processed, and her computer will be working all night on a composite for us.
So if we can match the composite to a missing persons file, we'll know who those bones belong to.
That's the hope.
You know you don't have to knock anymore.
I brought breakfast. Donuts.
Oh, that's so sweet. That'll go well with the quiche Mother brought.
And now I'm finally settled in Florida.
Oh, 6 cities in 10 years? Charles, you have become a nomad.
And you are still a firmly rooted tree. Thankfully for Aurora. Hello.
Morning.
Listen, I hope I didn't keep you guys out too late last night.
Oh, I'll choose good food and good company over sleep every time.
Oh, don't mind if I do.
So Charles and I have, we've decided to throw a little get-together at my house tonight for all of his old poker buddies and their wives, because we all used to have so much fun together.
Yeah, and we were thinking since we're all going to get swept up in the wedding, tonight would be the best night to do that.
And of course, you two are invited.
Thank you, but we have a real murderers meeting tonight.
I believe I've told you, Charles, about that morbid little club that our daughter runs.
Yeah, it's always sounded interesting to me.
It's also been the doorway to endless mayhem in her life. Although, I must admit, she does have a mind for murder. She definitely gets that from you.
Well, I've been known to take in a true crime book on a dark and stormy eve.
Well, Dad, if your plans fall through with your friends, then come to the meeting. Bring Mother, too.
She is always trying to convert me to her cause.
But you are a firmly rooted tree, immovable.
I'll give you a ride into work, Ro.
Wait. You're going to work? When there are only 3 days left to the wedding?
It's my last shift before vacation. Let me know how your party goes.
They're good together, aren't they?
They're more than good. And their wedding is going to be a wonderful day.
Our victim. Here's a sketch from genetic phenotyping.
Wow. That's so specific.
Yeah. So how many possibilities did you come up with?
22 males between the ages of 20 and 50, but only 6 between the ages of 30 and 40.
All right, well, let's start with those then.
There's nothing close to any of them.
I should have known it wouldn't be that easy. But at least we got something released to the media. In the meantime, keep widening the net. See what you get if you search the whole state.
Hey, Ro. Oh. Hi. So last-minute RSVPs for the wedding. We are going to need to redo the seating chart for your reception.
Oh, it's Lizzie. Oh, she wants to treat the bridal party to a manicure. Wants to know when she can schedule it.
That reminds me, the photographer says he still hasn't received a shot list from you.
Oh, keeping this wedding train on track is getting trickier by the minute.
Tell me about it. Oh, it's a press alert from the police department. They released a sketch of the person they found under the warehouse yesterday.
Really? Already?
Yeah, good timing. I'm supposed to start research for a story my editor wants me to write about it.
Does he look familiar to you? He kind of looks familiar to me.
What are you two looking at so intently? Oh my, he's handsome. Is he a new beau for you, Sally?
Well, they found his body encased in concrete after 24 years, Lillian, so no.
Honestly, why do I bother with the pleasantries? I should have known you two would be up to something utterly ghoulish.
Well, I'm going to go and work on my ghoulish story.
Yeah, text me that sketch, will you?
Will do. I'll see you at Real Murders.
Okay, bye.
Are you sure your client isn't going to come back to me and try to seek damages?
Bernard, no one could possibly blame you for that unfortunate discovery.
I'll tell that to the police. They've been calling me every hour with questions, more questions.
Come on, man, stop worrying. We finally have Charles back on Lawrence soil, and it's time to celebrate. Right, hon?
Yeah, and you guys got to see him a few years ago in Las Vegas. It's been a lot longer for Aida and me. Where shall I put these chips?
Oh, on that table there. Thanks.
I love the new house.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was time for a change.
Oh, it's wonderful. It really is good to have Charles back, even if only for a week.
Yeah.
Okay, so this case was just solved a few years ago. 51 years after Dorothy Fielding's body was first found. 51? Yep. Found in 1967 in Spokane. So yeah, 51 years. Sorry, Arthur was supposed to do this talk. He dumped his notes on me.
So all that time passing, it had to be DNA that solved it, right?
No, it was a detective digging through cold case files. He found two others in the same year and got curious if there was a connection, and lo and behold, there was. What was his name? Hey, Arthur. Here you go, buddy. Happy to turn it over to you.
Oh, sorry, Davis. I'm just here to put up this sketch. I figure some of the old-timers who passed through here might have a better chance at recognizing someone who disappeared at least 24 years ago.
That's the guy found at the warehouse yesterday?
Yeah.
Gotta love their curiosity.
If anyone recognizes him, please call me immediately.
I didn't even live here 24 years ago.
I wasn't alive 24 years ago.
Well, hopefully someone can help us identify the victim.
Wait, victim? He was murdered?
Bro, we haven't released that information to the public yet.
You kind of just did.
Okay, we were waiting for confirmation from the coroner,
It
but...
was murder.
Okay, I've got to get back to the station. Ro, please, leave this to us.
Yeah, fat chance of that.
Ro, what is it?
Well, it hit me earlier that he looks familiar. And it's hitting me even harder now that I see the sketch blown up bigger.
You know, I was kind of thinking the same thing all day long, but I couldn't figure out why.
I think I know why.
Back in our dorm, I used to clean them out almost all the time. Man has never learned how to bet.
I know. I used to make him sleep on the couch for losing our grocery money to you, Charles.
It would be nice if someone would warn me about him before I lost my first paycheck.
Oh, you're sleeping on the couch tonight if you lose your paycheck to him.
Oh.
Excuse me, I see that my gorgeous bride-to-be daughter has arrived, but I will be back to finish cleaning you out.
I'm so glad that the two of you made it. What is wrong?
She thinks she recognizes the sketch of the man they found at the warehouse yesterday.
Sketch?
The police released a drawing of what they think the man looked like.
Oh, I hope you're not saying it's someone we knew.
I'm pretty sure it's someone I've seen in photos with you and Dad.
That's Sam Woods.
He worked with your father. Charles, you invited him to 1 or 2 poker games.
So your poker buddies in there, they knew this Sam Woods too?
Yes, they did. Sam Woods is dead?
Dad, Sam Woods was murdered.
Yes, Sam Woods worked at Dilger Investments 24 years ago. He was a financial planner, came to us from New York.
Manhattan. He loved to name drop Manhattan.
I don't think Ted liked him.
And how long did he work there?
Well, maybe a year, not long.
He hated it here. Said it was too small town for him. He quit. Said he's moving back to the city.
But when he did live here, Charles invited him a couple of times to play poker.
Yeah, I just wanted to help him feel a little more at home. It didn't seem to work, though.
So you all knew Sam Woods?
I only met him the few times he came for poker.
Same here. Don't recall much about him, except he didn't like cards much.
So, Mr. Teagarden, you and Mr. Cranford here, you were the ones who worked with him. Do you remember anything about his family?
Yeah, there was a tragedy there. Didn't he lose his parents in an accident of some sort?
Yeah. Car accident, I think.
Yeah, that's right. And I recall him telling me a heartbreaking story about being raised by his aunt.
It was his grandmother. I remember him taking a week off work in the middle of a sales campaign to go to the grandmother's funeral.
So how is it that a coworker disappears and you don't notice?
Well, like Ted said, he quit. He told us he was going to New York. We thought he had gone.
And you didn't find it odd that you never heard from him again?
Why would we? He made it clear he didn't like it here, and he thought us all provincials.
You're right. He definitely didn't like it.
And when was the last time that you saw Sam Woods?
His last day of work.
All right, Mr. Poole, you were once the owner of the warehouse where Sam Woods' body was found.
That's right. I specialize in industrial developments. That was a big project for me the year that I built it. And the same company held the lease the entire time.
And who had access to it during construction, before the concrete was poured?
Well, before there was a door to lock, literally anyone had access.
You didn't put a fence around the site? Wouldn't that be a liability for you?
You know, Bernard, you probably shouldn't answer any further questions without a lawyer to advise you.
I agree.
The questions I'm asking are simply information gathering.
Yes, but still, I agree. You should contact your attorney.
Well, that just took a turn.
Looks like your dad and his friends are closing ranks.
This Sam Woods case is going to be a challenge. A murder that happened 24 years ago?
That trail is ice cold.
Oh.
May I help you?
My name is Lydia McGraw. I printed this off the internet. I think I know who this is. Someone I used to know a long time ago.
And how did you know him?
At one time, I thought we'd be getting married.
So how you doing with the news you got last week that your brother won't be able to make the wedding?
The life of a diplomat. Always a crisis to manage.
I'm bummed. I was looking forward to meeting the guy.
Yeah. But my mom gets into town today.
And your dad, is he coming too?
He passed away long time ago.
Oh, man. Sorry to hear that.
Thanks, Davis. Yeah, I was in college. That's why I changed my major to psychology. My dad was a cop, and he was always curious about the psychology behind a crime.
Now that's a role model.
He was. My brother and I were lucky. I'll miss having them both at the wedding. And my brother, he's leaving some big best man shoes to fill. But I think you're the right man to fill them, if you'd like the job.
What? Me? You serious?
Mm-hmm. There's no one else I'd rather have beside me up there. We're gonna be family now.
You're getting me all choked up. I'd be honored to be your best man. Like, so honored.
Great. No, there's Rose Dad. meeting his friends for lunch.
Oh. They look serious. After what you told us earlier about the body found being someone they know, you think those guys had something to do with that body? That murder?
I hope not.
You're not on the schedule today, Aurora. Certainly you have more pressing things to do to prepare for your wedding.
Just doing some research.
Your priorities will forever mystify me.
Bernard Poole, you're not into social media, are you?
Aurora, I couldn't believe it when I saw your car outside. Why are you here? Don't you have a meeting with the wedding photographer this morning?
Hello to you too, Mother. And yes, I met with him earlier this morning.
This is about Sam Woods, isn't it? You don't think your father is telling you everything he knows, do you?
Do you think he knows more than he's saying?
I admit I have some concerns, but he's always been very loyal to those friends of his.
Tell me about them. I remember Dennis and Pamela. They were always around, but I don't recall much about the others.
Oh, we were all very close, the wives too, but, well, Ted wasn't married at the time. He was only in his 20s then, but very sharp. I wasn't surprised when Dilger asked him to be the new president last year.
What's he like now?
I don't know. I kind of lost touch with him after your father moved. I did stay close to Bernard Poole. He and I crossed paths professionally, and I was the one who talked him into selling his warehouse.
Do you think he's capable of burying a body underneath it?
Aurora, stop making mysteries out of my clients. The Bernard I know is a lovely man. A little sad since his divorce, but they were all smart, funny men, and I could not bear the thought of any of them being a suspect.
I'm sure Dad feels the same way. Hopefully there's another possibility.
We appreciate you coming in, Miss McGraw. We were waiting to release the victim's name to the public till later today after DNA confirmation, which we just received. I know it must be a shock to learn that someone you loved was killed.
Mostly, I just feel guilty
What would you have to feel guilty about?
for the terrible things I thought about Sam, for not calling, not writing. I believed him when he said he wanted to marry me, and then to not hear from him.
Did you try to contact him?
No. He was supposed to call me with his new number when he got to New York, and when he didn't, where was I supposed to call him? The internet wasn't really a thing back then.
No, but it's been a thing for a lot of years now. You never tried to track him down?
I was too hurt. He should have been with me that night. And I blame the men he worked with. Charles Teagarden, Ted Cranford. You know, they competed for clients. And they didn't like it that Sam was better at signing them. Accused him of poaching.
Can you tell us about the last time you saw Sam?
It was the last night he was in town. We had a fight.
You argued that night.
Well, I was upset that he was going back to New York. Since we had talked about getting married, I assumed he was gonna ask me to go. But he didn't. I was at his place, and I was helping him pack, and we were arguing when he got a call. And he said he had to leave. He was gonna go play poker at Charles Teagarden's house.
Wait, you're telling us that Sam Woods went to Charles Teagarden's house his last night in town?
Yes, they lured him over to that house, and one of them killed him. I know it.
Okay, well, someone's lying. Either Sam Woods lied to his girlfriend about where he was going that night, or Rose's father and his friends lied to us about when they last saw him.
Or she's lying, deflecting the blame from herself, coming forward now to take herself out of the equation.
Well, let's try to get to the truth by bringing the poker buddies in here for formal interviews.
I'm on it.
Hi. So, Mother, how would you like to join us at the salon?
Who's us? Oh, it's your bridal party, Lizzie.
Aw, it's been months. I know, too long. Running Panagra means a lot of long days. You being a new bride yourself, how is married life? Oh, it's a dream. At least when I get to spend time with Bubba. He's away right now.
I'm so sorry he won't be able to make the wedding.
I know, he is too.
Will you be joining us at the salon, Aida?
Oh, yes. Mother of the bride needs fabulous nails, too. It's on me.
Well, that's very sweet of you, Lizzie. But no. The three of you go and enjoy yourselves.
Besides, Mother's nails are always perfect.
Yes.
Press alert. The police have named several persons of interest in the Sam Woods murder investigation. One of them is
My father.
Mom, I'm so glad that you're here.
Of course I am. Your big day. Oh, and look at you. You've always been a cool cucumber, but now you look positively serene. That is the look of happiness.
Yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very lucky.
And so is your bride. Now, where is she?
Something urgent came up with her family, but she'll meet us for dinner.
Oh, something urgent. I hope it's nothing too terrible.
So calling my father a person of interest in Sam Wood's murder is because of this Lydia McGraw, his significant other?
Okay, listen, I know you're going to throw statistics at me about her being the most likely culprit.
Well, you also had 4 other people tell you this so-called poker game didn't happen.
Actually, Ro, it did happen. Sam Woods showed up at our house on the night in question.
Dad, why didn't you say anything last night?
It wasn't clear in my memory until this morning. And Arthur, I'm sorry. I was planning to come down to the station this afternoon to tell you.
Okay, so you invited Sam Woods to your house for poker his last night in town, but forgot?
Well, it was 24 years ago. As best I recall, Sam didn't stay long. He definitely didn't play cards with us that night. And we toasted him and his new job, and he left.
Can you confirm this, Aida?
Sorry, no. I wasn't home that evening. That was the first year I started my business, so I worked late most nights.
Yeah, I was in high school at the time, and I thought, no, never mind.
Okay, Charles, Officer Hurd is interviewing your poker buddies as we speak. Will they confirm your story?
So we toasted Sam and his new job, and then he left.
We made a toast to Sam and his new job. He left right after.
We toasted Sam in his new job, then he took off.
It's interesting how you all three used almost exactly the same words about that night.
Why wouldn't we? It's what happened.
Okay, Charles, next question. Why is it that Sam Wood's girlfriend said that Sam didn't like you and your friends?
That's news to me.
Really? Does the concept of poaching clients ring a bell?
To our marvelous daughter and the forthright man she has chosen to wed. To Aurora and Nick.
Oh,
Aurora and Nick.
Yeah. Cheers. Forthright. That's the perfect word for you, Nikki. Oh, may you both live happily ever after.
Oh, hear, hear. Yes.
Cheers.
Oh, thank you, Lena. We're so happy that you're here. And I'm sorry that I wasn't able to meet you earlier.
Oh, I just hope that family emergency wasn't too serious.
Well, it wasn't exactly an emergency. It was more like
a misunderstanding of sorts.
Oh, something tells me that misunderstanding is centered on you, Charles.
Oh, nothing to be too concerned about.
A circumspect man. Just like your father, Nikki. He was a police officer. And could that man keep secrets?
Excuse me for a moment.
I'll go make sure she's okay.
I always appreciate how much he looks out for her.
Ro, I know when something's wrong. What is it?
I am so sorry, Nick, but we have to postpone the wedding. You're amazing. You know that? I said I wanted to postpone the wedding, and you didn't get angry. You just sat through the rest of dinner with our parents as if nothing was wrong.
Well, here's the part where you tell me that you slept on it, and nothing is so wrong that we can't make it down the aisle together on Saturday. Unless you don't want to walk down that aisle with me.
Oh, Nick, of course I do, more than anything. It's just my dad. I think he's lying to the police. Sam Wood's fiance, Lydia McGraw, came forward.
He was engaged? What did she have to say?
She told the police that Sam was at my parents' house his last night in town.
And your father never mentioned that.
There's more. Arthur was here yesterday asking him about it, and he did say that he now remembered Sam being here, that they had a drink and then Sam left.
And you don't think that's true?
I think I have a memory of that night. I was home doing my homework, and I looked out my bedroom window and I saw my dad practically dragging a man down the driveway.
And you think this man was Sam Woods?
Well, I don't know who else it could have been. My dad put the man in the car and drove off. I thought the man was drunk, but what if he wasn't? What if it was worse than that? What if my dad was somehow involved in Sam Woods' murder? Oh, I can't believe I just said that.
I'm pretty sure you don't believe your dad was involved. But it's interesting to me, you don't usually let fear run away with you.
I know. But this is my dad.
Right. Your father. Someone you know to be a good person. Okay, so let's assume he has a reasonable explanation. We just need to wait for him to come downstairs and ask him about it.
How do you take something so difficult and make it feel suddenly easy? That's why I need to marry you on Saturday as planned.
The thought of postponing the wedding, that was pretty difficult to live with all night.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I hope that's Sally. I filled her in on all the latest. She's headed down to Dilger Investments to see what she can dig up.
Sally is going to the Dilger offices?
Yes. Oh, it's just Lizzie. She rebooked our salon for tomorrow.
What's she going there to dig up?
So you're the person behind the byline I'm always reading.
Oh, yeah, thanks. I just have a few questions for the story I'm working on about the discovery of a murder victim, a man who worked here.
Sam Woods. Yes. What a tragedy.
I know it was a long time ago, but you knew him, right?
He was employed here for less than a year. I didn't know him well.
Were you friends?
I would call us more work acquaintances.
But you got along with him.
Miss Allison, I'm not sure what this has to do with your story.
Well, a source told me that you and Sam Woods often competed for clients.
Rarely.
So did you accuse him of poaching clients from you?
I'm gonna have to end this interview. I have business to attend to. Thanks for stopping in, Miss Allison. I know you're Rose maid of honor. Please let her know my wife dropped their wedding present off at her mother's house.
Okay.
So Bernard Poole's lawyer is now saying he has schedule conflicts and his client won't be available for more questioning until next week.
Oh, well, isn't that convenient? You know, this code of silence among the poker buddies is really starting to irritate me.
You don't think that they conspired together to kill Sam Woods, do you?
That would be a stretch, but they're clearly trying to protect one of their own. Bernard Poole's the logical choice. He owned the warehouse.
The question is, can we establish a motive for him?
Or for any of them.
So my memory of you walking a man who seemed half conscious out to your car, it was Sam Woods?
Yes, it was Sam.
Why wouldn't you tell the police about that? Not because you didn't remember.
No, the problem is I didn't invite Sam over that night. He just showed up, angry and demanding to see Ted.
Why, Dad?
They had their problems at the office. As Arthur said, Ted thought that Sam was poaching his clients.
And?
And Ted made a complaint with HR, and the company let Sam go. Sam didn't even know why he had been fired until the night before he left. I don't know who told him, but he showed up to confront Ted. And that's when things got physical. Sam took a swing and missed. Ted's swing landed. Sam went down. He was knocked out for a couple of minutes. I just wanted to get him out of the house. So I took him out to my car, took his keys away from him, gave him to Dennis, and drove him home. Dennis followed behind in Sam's car.
Then what happened?
Nothing. We left him at his place. He was alert by then. In fact, he was yelling some pretty choice words at us. I promise you, when we left him, he was alive and well.
I believe you, Dad. But why'd you lie to the police?
That was a mistake. When we got together, we decided that what had happened at the poker game was irrelevant because we got Sam home. We knew he was fine. We hadn't done anything wrong. So we made an agreement.
And you stuck to your story so you wouldn't make liars out of your friends.
Like I said, it was a mistake. I should have handled it differently.
Dad, I have to tell the police what I remembered.
Sweetheart, I would expect nothing less. We raised you to do the right thing, but perhaps you'd let me do the right thing. Let Dennis and me go to the police station and tell them the truth about what happened that night.
Well, Mother's taking me for my final wedding dress fitting in an hour, so yes, please tell them, Dad. Today.
It is so upsetting to know that your father lied to the police. I mean, that is so unlike the Charles that I knew.
I don't think he set out to lie. I think he was just trying to be a good friend, but
But what? What is it?
I keep remembering my high school days and how I used to wonder why Dad would spend so much time with his friends instead of with you.
We did grow apart in those years. But I don't blame him for finding solace in his friendships, because I was certainly looking for that in my business. But it was painful, because we really did love each other.
When I was little, I always thought you two were perfect together.
When you were little, I thought the same thing.
Here we are. Let's see how the dress fits after the alterations.
Oh, Aurora, you are going to make the most stunning bride.
This is the psychology building here.
Oh, Nikki. Oh, I'm so proud of you. Oh, and your father, he'd be very proud.
Oh, thanks, Mom.
Oh. Now, I take it you've had a nice talk with your bride. You look far more relaxed than you did last night when you dropped me off at the hotel.
Yeah, I wish you could just stay at the house with me, but with the boxes everywhere and
Don't
everything.
change the subject.
You could tell I was tense.
A mother knows.
You're not gonna ask why?
No. It's clear you've picked a dynamic woman to marry. Someone a little unpredictable, but that's exactly what you need.
What makes you say that, Mom?
Nikki, my darling, you are a boy with great curiosity who somehow felt obligated to respect every boundary. And your Aurora, she will set you free to color outside the lines. It will be a glorious union.
I'm glad you see in her what I see.
Yes, this is Charles Teagarden. May I speak with Detective Arthur Smith, please? It's important.
How was your time with your mom?
That was perfect.
I like her.
Good, because she likes you too. You're back to solving the Sam Woods case, right?
No. Yes, I'm sorry.
You never have to apologize for being you, Ro.
Well, if my dad was telling the truth.
Are you worried he wasn't?
No, I was just gonna say it would narrow the time window of Sam Wood's murder.
Yeah, somewhere between the time your dad and Dennis dropped him off and the time he was supposed to leave on his flight the next morning, right? You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thanks to some impressive defensive driving from Nick, the truck didn't hit us. We're fine.
How can you be fine? Someone just tried to run you off the road.
No, we don't know that. could have been a distracted driver or an impaired driver.
The truck started from a standstill when it saw us.
And it took off? That's not a good sign. You're sure it was a navy blue pickup?
Definitely.
With a heavy-duty grill guard.
Someone wants you two out of the way.
Okay, that's a big leap, Sally.
Is it?
I'm gonna get the guys on it.
Sally, if we're talking about the Sam Woods case, I don't think we're ready to go there.
Well, that would mean it could have been one of my dad's friends, like
Ted Cranford. He got pretty hostile with me when I asked him about accusing Sam of poaching his clients.
Ted also punched Woods unconscious the night he disappeared. What? He's gonna be at our wedding, Nick. I want to believe it was a distracted driver who panicked.
And that might be all that it was.
Well, that's what we're gonna tell my mother when we see her.
Oh, your mother. I might have texted her when I heard about the accident. She's probably worrying her head off.
Sally! I was gonna tell her in person so she wouldn't worry her head off. She's probably already at my house.
Oh, right. Pizza tonight at your house to work on wedding favors. Yeah, you should probably call her.
You think?
So Ted Cranford doesn't own a navy blue truck. Neither does Bernard Poole or Dennis Schenck.
Well, we don't know for sure that Nick and Rose incident is connected to the Sam Woods case. What we do know is that Ted Cranford, on advice of his attorney, is refusing to come in for questioning.
He's got to know that's going to make him look all the more suspicious.
And I've been going through the Sam Woods client list that Dilger gave us. There was one name that jumped out at me. I highlighted it.
Bernard Poole was his client? He said he barely knew him.
Yeah, yet another lie of omission. I want him in here first thing tomorrow. And if his lawyer advises against it, go ahead and arrest him.
Dennis, what happened? You were supposed to stop by here so that we could go to the police station.
Sorry, I had some car trouble and had to take it into the shop. Why don't we try again tomorrow?
Well, there's no need now. I called Detective Smith and
Told him about Sam showing up at our poker night and Ted giving him a good sock in the jaw.
Well, at least we gave Ted a heads up first. So I guess that's that. See you at the wedding?
Yeah, we'll see you there. Bye.
Promise me you're not keeping any more secrets about Sam Woods.
I have told you everything.
I can't believe Aurora and Nick were nearly run off the road.
Chills me to the bone to think of her in danger.
Welcome to my normal. Our daughter is constitutionally unable to stay away from an unsolved murder, which puts her directly in the path of the people who don't want the murder solved. But I can't deny that she solves these cases in ways that the police would never think to do.
She is a remarkable woman, for which you deserve the credit.
Oh, as do you. You read to her every evening, took her to the library on Saturdays. You were a wonderful father.
Just not a wonderful husband, not toward the end.
Why? Because you became as immovable as I? There they are.
I hope you two are hungry.
Philip's here to help us put together wedding favors.
What? I'm just here for the pizza.
And look, Aurora and Nick, a love story. How sweet.
Oh, and so appropriate for a librarian. And look at you, young Philip, although not so young anymore.
No, sir. 21 now.
And your aunt tells me that you are the source of much pride for her.
Oh, and for me too. Philip changed his major to criminal justice. He wants to be a detective.
A noble career.
So, Dad, maybe tomorrow you can take Philip to your old stomping grounds at Dilger Investments. Introduce him to Ted Cranford.
And why would he be interested in meeting Ted?
Well, my source at the police department says that Ted is refusing to answer any questions, and I can vouch for that.
Philip took my class in forensic psychology. He has a gift for getting people to talk to him.
You see that, Charles? She was nearly run off the road, and yet she can't resist. And she's great at pulling everyone into her mystery-solving plots.
You mean fight for justice?
I hope you're not thinking about being part of this, because you are here for her wedding, not for her little games of intrigue.
True, but I did know Sam, and he deserves justice. And if this could help Aurora focus on the wedding, then by all means, I will take you to Dilger tomorrow, Phil.
I don't know why I waste my breath.
Ro knows she's lucky to have a fierce mother to protect her. It's never wasted effort.
Oh, thank you. Now, if only you weren't part of the problem.
Oh.
Yes, I was Sam Wood's client. I didn't lie exactly. I just didn't want Charles and Ted to know.
Why not?
They're my friends. And I always felt guilty that I used Sam to manage my investments instead.
And why would you do that?
Sam worked at a big New York firm. I thought he'd be more savvy. I made him promise to make sure that Charles and Ted didn't know that he was working for me.
And was he savvy? Did you do well with the investments he managed for you?
I lost a little.
And how much is a little, exactly?
$600,000. I know that sounds bad.
You mean it sounds like a motive for murder?
Well, thanks again, Ted. I appreciate the tour for my nephew. Quite a lot has changed since I was here.
It's not like the pre-internet days. Algorithms drive things now. People trade on their own. We needed to expand our services.
I'd imagine reputation in this industry is everything. I wonder if the company's taken some hits from what's been going on.
I'm not sure what you mean.
He means Sam Woods. There was another story in the paper this morning.
It mentions your name as a possible suspect. The sources were saying you had it out for him.
I shared an office with him. Heard how he talked to clients. So yeah, I complained. I thought my complaints were in confidence, but
Sam found out on his last day in town. Then showed up to your poker game ready to pick a fight.
he swung first. I defended myself, that was it. Once he left with Charles and Dennis, I never gave him another thought. Which is why it's maddening that the police are summoning me, as if I did something wrong by filing those complaints.
So why not just talk to them? Tell them your side.
You asked if all this is her business. Well, it has. And I don't see why I should help the police hurt it any further.
Okay. So, if you shared an office with Woods, you must have known things about his life, who he might have had problems with, an angry client maybe, or...
No, he was really good at disarming clients who were mad at him.
True, he was a smooth talker. Not a very close acquaintance with the truth.
So, you never heard him having an argument with anyone?
Besides me? No. Well, unless you count his girlfriend.
Lydia McGraw?
She stormed into the office once, accused him of cheating on her.
So I'll make sure Ro has something blue.
Oh, yeah, I have something old, a handkerchief my grandmother embroidered. Mother gave it to me.
Okay, what about something borrowed?
Well, she could borrow my pearl earrings, the ones from Aunt Gladys.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think about that, Ro?
Pearls would be perfect.
What you doing, Ro? I already called and confirmed the reservation for tonight's rehearsal dinner.
No, Philip just texted me. Ted Cranford told him Lydia McGraw accused Sam Woods of cheating on her.
Lydia McGraw? I know her.
You do? What's she like?
She's maybe late 40s. She's got short brown hair and wearing yoga pants.
You mean she likes to wear yoga pants?
No, I mean she's wearing yoga pants right now. That's her putting money into the parking meter.
That's Sam Woods' girlfriend? Sally, come on. We have to catch her.
Yo, let's mind your toes.
No, we'll be right back.
Lydia, wait!
Yes, please wait.
You're Charles Teagarden's daughter.
Yes. Have we met?
No. I've seen you in the newspaper.
Okay, this is a little bit awkward, but we just have a couple of questions for you about Sam Woods.
Ted Cranford said he heard you accusing Sam of cheating on you.
I don't want to talk about that.
Oh, but the police will want to talk to you about it. They'll want to know if it's true and how you found out.
What part of I don't want to talk about that did you not understand?
It's kind of hostile.
Just a little bit.
Sally, look at what Lydia just parked in this slot. It's a navy blue truck with a grill guard. I can't say whether Lydia McGraw's truck was the same truck that nearly plowed into us.
Yeah, I keep trying to remember if there was something else distinctive about the truck, but I was just trying so hard to avoid the crash.
There has to be something that I noticed about that truck.
Well, it had to have happened really fast.
Yeah, you were probably just bracing yourself, not studying the truck, Ro.
Still.
Hey, you guys.
Arthur, wasn't expecting you.
Even homesick, I can't imagine Lynn wants you discussing the Sam Woods case with us.
Yeah, she's as frustrated as I am by our lack of progress. So I thought I'd come by, find out if any of you happen to know anything we don't.
Well, I already told you everything about Lydia accusing Sam of cheating.
Wait. If you want us to share information, this is a two-way street, right?
Okay, fine. Lydia didn't deny accusing Sam. She said she once found a note in Woods' car from a woman asking him to meet her. She confronted him and he convinced her it was from a client.
How did she know the note was from a woman? Was it signed?
It wasn't signed, but he said it was from an elderly woman named Edna. She said, quote, "I was silly to suspect them."
Did you believe her?
She didn't stumble in her story. She just kept repeating her belief that someone at that poker game killed Woods.
Well, she would probably say that if she was the one who killed him.
True, but we have a new reason to suspect Bernard Poole. Turns out he was Woods' client at Dilger, and the advice Woods gave him caused him to lose 600 grand.
Reason to get good and mad.
Since Poole owned the warehouse where the body was found, I'd imagine a clear motive would put him to the top of the suspect list.
Nah, he's got to get behind Ted Cranford. I mean, the whole hiding behind the lawyers thing, not a good look.
And the history of conflict that became violent the night Woods disappeared. I'm with Philip.
I just can't believe she wouldn't even try to get a hold of Sam unless she knew he was dead.
But she came in to identify the victim. Why do that if she killed him?
Philip knows why. If he was paying attention in my class.
Oh, yeah. Some killers feel the need to get close to the investigation. Be on the inside.
Sad, but true. Ro, you're being strangely quiet.
You want me to pick which one of my father's friends to suspect? I can't.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, why do you look like someone stole the candy from the break room?
Bernard Poole's alibi from the night Sam Woods was killed checks out. He said he got a call at the poker game that his sister just delivered a baby and went straight to the hospital. Several family members just confirmed it.
Well, ruling someone out isn't a bad thing. I just want to be able to rule someone in.
I have to say, I'm doubtful that Sam would be seeing someone behind Lydia's back. I remember he came to me asking where would be the best place to get an engagement ring.
I wonder why he wouldn't pop the question then. It's so hard for people to make relationships work.
Well, Ted and Hillary are happy. Dennis and Pamela have been married 26 years, going strong.
Yet you and Mother didn't stay married, even though you seemed made for each other at one point.
Yeah, at one point.
You never talked about it. You let Mother tell me you were getting divorced.
I'm sure, however she explained it was accurate. Your mother is scrupulously honest.
Yeah, she's also scrupulously discreet. She never really explained it. And now that I'm getting married...
Oh, sweetie, I hope you're not worried that you and Nick don't have what it takes for the long haul.
Well, didn't you and Mother believe that you had what it takes?
Time to leave for the rehearsal. We can all go in my car if you'd like.
Oh, thank you, but you two go ahead. I have to drop off the seating charts and place cards for the reception.
All right, we'll see you there.
We will finish this conversation later.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Remember that sticker?
Oh, where is Aurora? She should have been 10 minutes behind us.
Yeah, wasn't rehearsal supposed to start at 4?
Oh, she's probably sorting out some reception snafus.
I mean, I know she's been distracted lately, but to be this late to her rehearsal?
I hope Nick isn't taking it personally.
Nick never sweats the small stuff.
You sure about
I'm
that?
sure she'll be here soon.
I hope so. Hey, Nick, you doing okay?
Yeah. It's Rowan.
Hey, where are you?
I'm so sorry, I'm not there, but I'm in a parking lot across from the tire shop on 9th. I followed a navy blue truck here. I remembered something from the incident. I saw a Lawrenson High School booster sticker on the back driver's side window when it flashed past.
And this truck has that sticker?
Yes, in the exact same spot with a grill guard and fog lamps.
I remember seeing those now that you mention it.
Yeah, well, I didn't get here in time to see who got out of the truck, but Lydia's truck didn't have those. And I'm not leaving until I see who gets in it.
I'm on my way. Hey, everyone. If you don't mind waiting a little bit longer, I should be back in half an hour.
But where are you going?
To fetch my bride.
It will be a glorious union.
Oh, no. It's Dennis. He already left.
Who was it?
Dennis Schenkel.
I suppose we don't know for sure if Schenkel was the one driving it when it came at us.
Well, I called Arthur and he ran the plates. It's registered to Dennis's company. So Arthur's gonna find out how many of Dennis's employees have access to it and how many people typically drive it.
How many of his employees could have known Sam Woods that many years ago? Yeah, the more I think about it, the more it makes no sense for it to be anyone else but him.
Nick, wait, what are you gonna go after Dennis and start a fight the day before our wedding? They're all waiting at the rehearsal. And Arthur promised to get to the bottom of this ASAP.
Follow me back to the church.
Tell me you're okay first.
I'm okay. We gotta go. Everyone's waiting.
Mrs. Schenkel, is your husband home?
The truck belongs to my business, yes, but I only drive it when I'm there for work-related trips.
And were you driving it yesterday at 3 p.m.?
At that exact time? I don't know. Why do you ask?
You didn't hear that Nick Miller and Aurora Teagarden were almost hit yesterday by a navy blue truck? They were run off the road.
No. I don't know why Charles wouldn't tell me. He knows how fond I am of Ro. Are they all right?
Fortunately. So you have no idea what you were doing at 3 p.m.?
Probably on a call with a client. I could show you my phone.
And who else had access to that truck?
Well, any one of my 20 employees. The keys are kept on a board by the back door of the office. We have several trucks.
Yeah, we took a look at the truck. There are clear identifying features that match the description that Ro and Nick gave us.
Makes no sense.
It does if that was the truck used to run them off the road. I'm getting a warrant to search your vehicles, your office, and your home.
Well, I don't understand. If someone who works for Dennis took that truck and had some kind of an incident, why are you searching our house?
It's fine, Pamela. They're just doing their job. You don't need a warrant. You're welcome to search whatever you like.
Are you sure you want to do that?
I know you're trying to protect me, but I'm fine. I have nothing to hide.
Oh, this is such a charming place, Aurora. I've had a lovely evening.
Oh, I'm so glad. It's one of our favorites.
Dennis's company does own the truck, and there's no reason to believe it was one of his employees that tried to run us down.
Nor is there any reason for me to believe it was Dennis. I think it's still a stretch.
Thanks for dinner. You're welcome. Bye.
Oh, yes. Thank you both so much. Lizzie, I need to get my shoes for tomorrow from your car.
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Bye.
All right. We will see you bright and early, Ro. Or should I say Mrs. Miller?
Oh, Mrs. Miller. I have to get used to that.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
If you wanted to keep your name, I'd understand.
Well, after that wonderful meal, I'll be asleep as soon as my head hits the pillow.
I can drop you off at the hotel, Miss Miller. It's right on the way to the university.
Thank you.
Thank you, Philip. I'll walk you to the door.
Good night, Aida.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.
I can drop you off too, Aunt Aida.
Oh, thank you. Unless Charles is heading my way.
Actually, I was gonna stay around a little longer.
All right. Well, I'll see you tomorrow. What a fabulous day it's going to be.
Good night. I think she was hoping you were going to drive her home.
I know, and I wanted to. But you know, the occasion of your marriage has got me feeling sentimental, and I was just afraid I might say something in the car that wasn't welcome.
What would you have said to her, Dad? I still want to hear your side of the story. Why two people who love each other didn't make their marriage work.
You know, it was nothing earth-shaking. I was just at a place in my life where I wanted to slow down, maybe not work so much, travel a little. And your mother, she wanted to speed things up. She was building her business. Once you were at college, it just seemed kinder to let each other take our own paths. I don't know if it was the right choice. What I can say is it was a choice. A marriage that lasts is no mystery, Aurora. It's a choice that two people make together and keep making every day. And I will see you back at your house. You take good care of her, Nick. See you.
Ready to go?
Actually, can we talk for a second? You have seemed out of sorts all evening, and I don't know why. Should I be worried that you're getting cold feet about marrying me?
I think I found something.
This is a watch found in the back of one of your nightstand drawers. There are initials engraved on the back. SW.
Dennis?
I took a picture and sent it to Lydia McGraw. She recognizes it as Sam's watch. Sir, we're gonna need you to come with us.
You don't really think I'm having cold feet, do you?
No, maybe you've been so quiet tonight, and maybe it's been hitting you that all of this is real, and it's okay if your feet are cold. I know mine feel a little chilly every now and then. My parents are divorced, Nick. My wonderful, perfect for each other parents, they didn't make it work, and I cannot bear the thought of us disappointing each other or causing each other pain.
Bro, I'm not looking for a pain-free life. I just want to be able to protect you from being hurt at all times. I think that's why I've been off balance today. You know, you're seeing that truck, my not being able to confront the man who tried to take us out, take you out. Look, I've been trying to stop thinking about it, to focus on the here and now. I'm sorry if I made you feel like I've been having doubts about marrying you.
You don't have to apologize.
Well, I just did. Now, let's talk about those chilly feet of yours,
They are feeling toasty warm right now.
Guys, I just heard from my editor. They made an arrest in the Sam Woods case. Dennis Schenkel.
Morning, Mother. Guess what? I'm getting married today.
I woke up smiling too.
I had no idea I could feel this excited for the future.
That is music to a mother's ears. I thought I'd, stop by and give you a little breakfast. And did you sleep well?
Mostly worried about Dad. He was so upset about Dennis. He couldn't bring himself to believe his best friend killed Sam Woods. And maybe tried to kill me.
Dennis adores you, and he barely knew Sam. I can't imagine why he'd do it.
That is a problem, no clear motive. It's also a problem they got Lydia McGraw to identify Sam's watch. She's a suspect with an actual motive and plenty of opportunity. She told Arthur she didn't think Sam was having an affair, but she could have been lying. She also could have planted that watch in Dennis's house. I mean, if Dennis really did kill Sam, why keep the watch? Why tell the police to go in and search? It makes much more sense that that watch was in Lydia's possession the whole time. But why did she pick Dennis? Why not Ted or someone who knew Sam better?
Why don't we not talk about this on your wedding day?
Okay, why don't we talk about why you and Dad never had your happily ever after? Because last night, basically, he told me he regrets the divorce.
Well, I have to say that I am very surprised at the stirrings I feel, certain feelings that we once shared.
Surprised? You, who's never been tempted to marry again? Maybe he's not just the love of your youth, like you always say. Maybe he's the love of your life. Maybe you should tell him that when he comes down for breakfast.
I thought you gave up trying to coax us back together years ago.
It's my wedding day. What better day to advocate for love?
Well, don't you look the happy, glowing bride this morning. And my dear Aida, what a radiant mother of the bride you are.
Could you tell Arthur that I just made a quick quote from my story?
He's in a meeting with a DA.
Well, I'll take a quote from you.
I need to see my husband, Dennis Schenkel. I demand to see him.
I'll let Detective Smith know you're here.
Thank you. Your Rose friend, the reporter, you're covering the story on Sam.
Yes, that's actually why I'm here. Would you like to give me your thoughts on your husband's arrest?
It's a travesty. I've been married to him for 26 years, and there is no way he is capable of doing any of this.
But how do you explain Sam Woods' watch being found in your house?
Well, someone put it there. It wasn't even in Dennis's nightstand. It was in mine. And that should tell you that someone who doesn't know what side of the bed he sleeps on is trying to make him seem guilty. This is terrible. I am so sorry.
It's okay. They're releasing me. Let's go.
Why'd you let him go?
The DA doesn't think we have enough to try him, and he's right. Woods' watch at his house suggests Schenkel may have killed him, but it doesn't prove it. The problem is motive. From everything we know, Schenkel and Woods only met twice, and they had no conflicts.
So you guys are going to be looking for more evidence, though.
In a crime that's decades old, this cold case might be staying cold.
Can I quote you on that? I'll take that as a no. See you at the reception?
Yes, you will.
Thanks, Arthur. Bye, Charlie.
See you, Sally.
Let's work on Schenkel's motive. Talk to his employees. Find out if he ever mentioned Woods.
There, you got it.
I remember doing the dishes together, just like this, when we were first married.
When I was so besotted with you that I couldn't bear to be more than 2 feet away from you? You know, Aurora asked me what happened to us. Perhaps you can remind me why we talked ourselves into ending what was, for the most part, a lovely and loving marriage?
I would, but I'm having trouble with my own memory as to why. Nick, what are you doing here? You're not supposed to see Aurora before the ceremony. It's bad luck.
She texted me that she'd left for the salon. I was actually hoping that we could speak to you, Charles.
Aren't you guys expected at the church soon?
Well, we've been talking about Dennis Schenkel.
Right. Listen, I'm sorry if I pushed back too strongly on that last night. I've known him for so long.
It's fine. But it occurred to me that if you're right, that it's not Dennis, then whoever tried to hit us is still out there and could still be a threat.
Oh, I wish you hadn't said that.
So, how can I help?
You can walk us through Sam Woods last night. What each person at the poker game said and did, while we look at it through the lens of forensic psychology.
We did that with old cases in his class. It's actually pretty cool.
All right, come on in and I'll just put on some more coffee.
Oh, you look beautiful, Lizzie.
Oh, thank you. I do love getting all gussied up for a wedding.
Sorry I'm late.
Oh, Sally, you need to sit down. We are due at the church in half an hour.
Oh, okay. I was trying to get my story done on Dennis Schenkel's arrest, but then the police let him go, so I had to rewrite the whole thing.
They let Dennis go? Why?
Arthur said they don't have a motive, among other things.
So they arrested the wrong guy?
Pamela Schenkel is definitely saying so. She keeps going on about how the watch was planted to make Dennis look guilty.
How ridiculous is that?
Well, no more ridiculous than Dennis taking the watch from someone he killed and then keeping it in his nightstand for decades.
Well, that's the thing. Pamela said the watch was found in her nightstand. She considers it proof that someone's trying to frame him.
Her nightstand?
Mm-hmm.
Something's not right. We have to talk to Lydia again, Sally.
Lydia, why? What about my hair?
Are you coming back?
Sorry.
What does this mean?
It means be prepared to stall the wedding. Ro, if you're thinking of going to Lydia's house, you need to stop right now.
Oh, why try to talk me out of it when we both know I'll end up talking you into it?
Oh, it's not that. It's this. Look.
Lydia's truck. She's doing her class again.
What are you doing?
Yoga.
After Dennis and I left Sam cursing on his front porch, I drove Dennis home. I remember Pamela came out and was teasing him about losing their grocery money again. After that, I drove home, cleaned up the kitchen, went to bed. That was it.
Okay, you've heard the story now. Let's get going.
Just a few more minutes, please. There's something I keep thinking about. How did Sam end up at that warehouse? Why there?
Maybe he met someone there.
Who would use that as a meeting place? Late at night, a warehouse under construction.
Too bad we don't know what it looked like then.
Oh, Aida, didn't Bernard put up a bunch of photos in the office of it under construction?
Oh, yeah, but that office was cleared out a long time ago.
Maybe he kept those photos?
Bernard? Doubtful. The man doesn't have a sentimental bone in his body.
No, but Pamela's sentimental. Maybe she has photos of that time.
Why would Pamela Schenkel have photos of the warehouse under construction?
She worked with Bernard, his administrative assistant.
Bernard introduced Dennis to Pamela. He didn't know?
I've got to go.
I hope you mean to the church.
I'll be there, but I have a stop to make first.
Hi, what are you doing here? I know about the note that made you think Sam was seeing another woman, but I need to ask you why you thought the note was written by a woman. Why does it matter? He wasn't actually seeing anyone anyway. Well, was it the handwriting or something else? I mean, just tell us that, please, and we'll leave you alone.
Yes, please answer her questions. Yoga doesn't like me.
Fine. The note said, quote, "We can't meet on Tuesday because my husband got the day off." Sam said that his client didn't want her husband to know that she was investing money behind his back. Oh, I knew it. Thank you, Lydia. Sally, come on. We have to go talk to Arthur.
You knew what? What did you know? Oh, stop. Don't look over there.
Why? Why not?
Because Nick is here and I can't let him see you before the ceremony.
Oh, that is the silliest tradition.
Silly or not, I'm not going to let you break it. I take my maid of honor job very seriously, Ro. I can't let you jinx your wedding. Hi. Excuse me. You're too good of a friend. You're my best friend. I feel so bad. It's something bad.
Okay, Sally. If my amazing best friend doesn't want me to turn around, I won't.
Oh, hey, Sally.
Nick, don't turn around. Ro is here, and it is my solemn duty to make sure that you two do not see each other before the ceremony.
Ro, why are you here? You okay?
Yes, I'm great, but I think I know who did it, and it's not Dennis.
I agree. I wanted to tell Arthur.
All right, what are you people doing here? Aren't you supposed to be getting married right now?
We know who killed Sam.
All right, I'll bite. Why is it you two think you know who killed Sam Woods? Though I reserve the right to laugh if you give me different names.
Pamela Schenkel. What part
Don't
of that?
turn around. Don't make me tell Aida on you.
Okay. Ro, go ahead. What makes you think it was Pamela?
Okay, well, first, you found Sam's watch in Pamela's nightstand, not Dennis's.
Yep, but she sees that as proof that it was planted.
And I'd call it a sign it wasn't. Why would you go to all that trouble to make Dennis look guilty, but not bother figuring out which side of the bed he slept on?
Good question, but why decide it was Pamela who put it there?
Lydia McGraw thought Sam was seeing another woman because of an unsigned note she found. So I asked her why she thought the note was written by a woman.
She said it was because the note referred to a husband.
Wait, you're suggesting that Pamela was seeing Sam Woods behind her husband's back, then killed him, then kept his watch in her bedside drawer for 24 years? To be angry enough to kill him, but devoted enough to keep his watch?
Well, people in illicit relationships do a lot of illogical things. Imagine if she thought their tryst was over. He was leaving town and Dennis none the wiser.
Yes, but on his last night here, Sam gets humiliated by Ted Cranford and the poker buddies.
Right. He'd been fired, been knocked out, and he's been driven home by Charles. And it's Dennis who drives home his car, hands him his own keys. Dennis, the husband of the woman he's been secretly seeing.
And maybe even wanted a future with. He told my father he was in the market for an engagement ring.
If Pamela rejected him, that's another humiliation. And now his chest is on fire. He wants revenge.
So Sam calls Pamela and tells her that he's going to tell Dennis the truth, ruin their marriage. That would give Pamela motive to kill him.
Well, it sounds more like a motive for Dennis. I can't see Pamela putting a dead body in a car, then burying it at a construction site.
No, she wouldn't have to if she met him there and killed him there, which is what I'm convinced happened.
Based on what?
Based on the fact that she worked for Bernard at the time the warehouse was going up.
She did? Why didn't I know that?
Why didn't we know that?
Poole only had employment records for the last 10 years.
So if Pamela worked for Poole...
She knew exactly when and where concrete was scheduled to be poured.
And where to bury a body.
Okay, we need to get both Shankles in here now.
I'd be glad to escort you to your seat, Miss
Oh,
Miller.
why, thank you, kind sir.
Wow, Aunt Aida, you look stunning.
Thank you. Oh, look at you. You are so dashing yourself.
And how's Nick holding up?
She's not here yet.
Oh, no. I better go check on Aurora.
She's not here yet either.
Oh, what if she's in trouble? Oh, Charles, you have no idea what it's like when she gets involved in one of these investigations. She has been kidnapped and held hostage. She's scaled a building, worn a wire. I have to call her.
Aida, remember what I used to do when you let worry run away with you?
Yes, you used to kiss me until I forgot what I was worried about.
All right, I just got confirmation from the Shankles lawyer. They are on their way. Now, don't you two have a bunch of people waiting to watch you get married?
Yes, they do. Nick, give us 5 minutes to get to the car before you leave the building.
I can't wait to see you at the wedding.
Won't be soon enough for me.
See you at the reception, Arthur.
Can't wait. I'm really happy for you two.
Thank you, Arthur. Come here. We love you, pal. Both of us.
Love you guys too.
We're glad to see you.
Sorry it took so long. Killer's been caught. Good. We've got your tux ready and waiting. Let's go get you married.
So I just explained to you one theory, that you, Mrs. Shankle, acted alone in killing Sam Woods.
Me, I prefer the theory that her husband helped her.
Maybe we get the DA to charge them both, see what comes up in trial.
Dennis didn't have anything to do with it. He didn't know what I did. Had to do. Sam snapped. He said he was going scorched earth against all of us. He was going to destroy my marriage. Get Ted and Charles fired. He was even trying to set the warehouse on fire. I had to stop him. I saw a mallet on a tool bench, and the next thing I knew, when I got home, Dennis was still asleep. He never suspected a thing. Not in all these years. Not until I...
The other day, when you all found the watch, that's when I knew.
Why did you keep the watch, Mrs. Shankle?
I did care about him. But you have to understand, I never meant for any of this to happen. It just did. Maybe I kept it to remind me of what I'd done.
And it was you driving the truck, going after Ro and Nick.
I was out of my mind. I wanted to save us.
But you didn't save anyone, Mrs. Shankle. You killed someone. And you almost hurt 2 of my friends.
You are an absolutely beautiful bride.
Thanks, Dad.
Yes, you are a perfect bride. And Nick is so lucky to have found you.
Here, I brought an extra. I knew you'd need it.
I could say that I'm proud of you today. And that would be true. You've always made me proud. Every single day that I've been your mother.
Exactly how I feel about you.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to witness the union
Not to the marriage of
Aurora
true minds
and-
admit impediments. Love is not love which alters when it alteration finds, or bends with the remover to remove. Oh no, it is never fixed mark that looks on tempests and is never shaken.
I've been taught a lot about people and how their minds work. Still, love was something of a mystery to me until I met you. You solve mysteries with unerring insight and clarity. You've made love come alive for me in all of its glory, as my mother would say. I promise to nurture that love for the rest of our lives.
Nick, I keep telling everyone that you are the best thing that ever happened to me. When life turns dark, you bring light. And when things people do don't make sense, you bring wisdom. And when I feel threatened, you bring safety. With you, I know I stand on solid ground. And with you, I know I always have an ally. I'm so grateful that you chose me. And I promise to choose you every day, the rest of our lives.
With this ring, I thee wed.
With this ring, I thee wed.
Nick and Aurora, now that you've pledged your love and commitment to each other in front of these witnesses, by the power invested in me, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may begin the adventure of marriage with a kiss.